guys, and welcome back to more Medieval Dynasty. This is going to be our female worker. I was actually very lucky. They seem to be rotating through the same ones. I started talking to her and I already had some affection with her and a little bit of approval, so which means they go away and they recycle them because she was gone. And now she's back. Now, she's not the best at everything. She has 4 diplomacy, which is the highest. But I think we definitely need to start looking at potentially getting a wife and how that whole mechanic works. So we're going to ask her that we recently got into hunting because that will give us another 5. And now we have the approval. So now we can tell her, hey, do you want to come to us? She says, yeah, great, let's go. Now, she will hopefully be assigned to the empty house. So she's female, she's purple. And she should be now assigned to the other house. Excellent. So what we're going to do now is now we have all the time in the world. We can do a quick save. We can chat to her now and actually get the affection up. I recently went hunting and actually took on a bear. Well, that was +2. So maybe she's impressed if we say, hey, it was a tough fight, but I succeeded at the end. +10 affection. Oh, she liked that. Wow. Let's leave it for now and be happy with the 16%. Let's actually check out Bird Trap and see how much feathers we get. Bird Trap collect. 6 feathers and 1 meat. Activate. Okay, that's 6 feathers and 1 meat every time we pick it up. I don't know how quickly that goes, but that's 6 feathers. That's 1 go. This guy here, I still cannot pick up the eggs. That chicken is run off now, but we still own it. So in the end of the day, we have 1 chicken, like it keeps running back in. So if we actually look at our hen house, we can see we have a chicken. So I cannot actually loot anything. Eggs just doesn't work. So we have to assign a farmer actually to it. All right, we're finishing the hunting lodge for the 2nd time. I wanted to move it, like that was the main reason why I actually destroyed it. Let's see what we need for the arrow again. 50 feathers, 5 rocks, 10 sticks. Yeah, we have the sticks. A linen thread, 1 log. So all I need is 50 feathers, 5 rocks, and 1 log. So now we can also assign our future wife to the hunting lodge. So let's go management. And again, she's only 4 hunter, so it's absolutely fine. I mean, was 2 hunter. We actually had meat coming in really good, really well. I think we had like 20 a day. So with 4 hunter, hopefully this will be a little bit better. And they're all 61, absolutely good mood. I can't wait to make Dob and test out how that improves the mood in the houses. Still a bit confused about the whole housing system, but anyway, that's a different story. So let's go to the hunting lodge, assign a worker, and we're going to assign a Nido, Mira, and we're gonna make her a hunter. There we go. So if there is a weird cut between this and the last part of the video, just the one we had a few seconds ago, that's because I actually took a break. The last video actually published now and you guys left a few comments. So the housing definitely is working under some rules which I don't understand yet because I hired another guy. I just wanted to test it. So I have a quick save, which is basically saving that. I have a save, which is before I hired him, just in case something goes wrong. So I hired Harold because he is a level 6 worker, like in mining and excavating. So we put him on the lumberjack with Wildebert, and Willybeat, or Wheelabite, is now working in the mines. Now, he moved in with Nidomira, no problem. So they're actually sharing a house. So gender has 0 to do with it. So maybe the game is basically only assigning 50% to the housing in case the guys create families or something. I don't know. There definitely seems to be some special rules. Now, mind you, I wouldn't be surprised if half of it is just not fleshed out for mechanics, which is still a bit bugged or not, and the other half is intentional. So there's 2 single beds and a double bed. If the bed types have anything to do with it, then maybe the indication is, yeah, you know, it's meant for 2 people and they might come together and create a child or whatever and get married. But then if 2 guys live in the house, you should allow us to move more guys in. Or maybe we should have the ability to have like worker houses, which literally just have single beds in them. Therefore, workers, everybody can be moved in there. It doesn't matter. It's just you work, you sleep there, end of story. And then have houses which are meant for, you know, creation of families and, you know, us maybe breeding workers to make better children. So, you know, I mean, if you have, for example, like a worker which is really, really high stats in, say, farming and crafting, and then another worker which has really high stats in excavation and hunting, you would assume that breeding a child between those two would give you like a level 5 across the board child or something, yeah? So it would be good if they have different house types for different purposes like that, and then you could intentionally kind of, you know, arrange the marriages, you know, and get your future workers. I mean, what? They can walk, they can work. End of story. Anyway, so now that Harold lives with Nidomira, my future wife, I'm pretty sure he's hitting on her. I can see them talk when they go home at night. I'm not really happy about it. So I had a little chat with her, and my affection with her is now up to 61%, which means tomorrow we might be able to get her to, you know, talk to us more and get her up to a high we affectionate her to marry us. So right now she had enough talking to us, so maybe we try again before we go to bed. I don't know if it only refreshes every day, but no, it's okay, Nidomira, you just stand there by the door, look, watch the paint, try and hunt. So she's our hunter. The other guys are lumberjacks and miners now. They're working away, which is pretty cool. So what is next? While I was worrying about my housing and Nidomira getting hit on by Harold, and I'm going to have to chat with him. He's going to have an accident. I mean, he's a lumberjack, you know, things happen. Then, and also he's way too young for Nidomira. So what actually happened is the guy's working away, mining and cutting wood. The experience of my building tech is shooting through the roof, and we actually ended up getting literally only a few seconds ago Woodshed 2 unlocked. I think we're going to have the mine unlocked faster than we know it. You see, it says accommodates 4 people in a house. Oh, hang on a second. Maybe the stats are wrong. Okay, simple house accommodates 4 people. Oh, okay, I see. So maybe this is to accommodate 4 people, but the simple house, that there's something wrong with the description. Okay, anyway, could be a lot of things. Until we have the other house unlocked, we don't know. Anyway, keep sidetracking. So we're going to build the woodshed too, just to see if it makes a difference to the guys' stats. Because we're here to test the game, and you guys actually said you like a lot of that stuff when we test things out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to destroy this woodshed. I'm going to build the new woodshed first, and then we're going to destroy it. So technology-wise... resource-wise, our woodsheds are giving us currently 2.4 log per hour from one of our workers and 2.4 an hour from the other worker. So now I wonder, seeing that both of them have the same level of skill, will they get more out of Woodshed 2? Or is Woodshed 2 just simply a building where we can assign more workers to? Because if that's the case, we can destroy both of the other woodsheds, which would be great. And then we can assign both of them. So we're going to build woodshed number 2 right here. So let's have a look and see how big it is. It looks exactly the same. No, actually, it's double. Yes, it's double. So let's see if we can put it nicely in, nestle it in somewhere here between the trees. Oh, yes. Oh, I love it. I love that you can put it really nicely in between the trees without chopping them down. That is amazing. I love it so much. Okay, so let's see. What do we have? Hammer. Okay, so it's just logs, actually. Okay, and then we have one here. Oh, that's it! This is amazing. This building is so cool. Okay, so let's see. What do we have here? It's still 100 storage. That's okay. But can we now move our workers into that? And will they give us more logs? That is the question now. So, management. Woodshed number 2. It has room for 2 workers. And... if the only benefit is that they can work in the same building, that's good enough to me. So, assign worker. Yeah, let's get... oh, we can't do the other one. Okay, anyway, it doesn't matter. So, let's get Waldebert. And let's get Harold. And assign Harold to Woodshed 2 as well. Okay. Excellent. So, now we have... them working still as lumberjacks, but in woodshed number 2. Excellent, they're both assigned. I just want to make sure. And they're level 6, which is the highest I've seen so far. I know that I've seen actually some people in some videos they had 7, but I don't know if that is as the years go on or whatever. And somebody said in the comments they had a level 10 in something. I mean, that is insane. That's wow. Okay. Okay, so let's wait a little bit and let's see if the stats have changed. So if we're going to go here to resource shed 2, now it's still 2.4. However, we are saving by having the ability to cut down these buildings. So we can go into Distractinator mode and use the Distractinator on the woodshed. There we go. Thank you. That is brilliant. Beautiful. And that way, we have just saved some room. So we're back down to 13 out of 16, and everybody's working. That is beautiful. I love it. So the next thing I want to look at is probably the tavern, so we can start cooking food, because everything we need for cooking food is currently being gathered automatically. We have meat coming in from the hunters, we have cabbage coming in from the farms, and we have so much. We have over 300 cabbage or something nonsense like that, or over 200 anyway. We have over 300 carrots, so having a tavern to automatically cook something would probably be good. Also, I was going to destroy the hen house because, let me just really quickly highlight this again in case I actually didn't mention it explicitly. The hen house gives us 0.15 feathers per hour if we assign a worker to it, a farmer. A level 3 farmer, I think we tried at the time, yeah? So that is nonsense. It's not enough feathers. And right now I want feathers for arrows until we have iron automated. There is iron arrows which we can buy, so that's not actually the problem. So we can theoretically get iron arrows. I think it was here in the hunting lodge. Where is it? The fishing hut. Here. Stack of 50 iron arrows. And they only require iron and sticks or something, yeah? So you don't even need feathers for it anymore. But until we have iron automated, I don't want to really use my iron for anything else but making tools for myself and selling them for money. So until then, I want feathers. That's why I'm so hung up on the hen house. However, I was thinking then as well, the hen house has another benefit. It gives you eggs, and if we make the tavern and we start cooking, we might as well see if we can start baking, and then eggs are probably going to be something like that we need because we already can make flowers and so on. So I'm going to leave the hen house, and the hen house also can take up to 10 hens. So we're going to leave it here for now to put 9 more hens in. So 9,000 gold we spent on getting enough hens in here. And also, how much do they eat of the animal feed? They don't seem to be eating anything right now. At all. I think that might actually be just used by the worker. And until there's a worker, yeah, we can't manually do anything. Okay, so that's the plan. Let's get the tavern, an area for the tavern prepped, which I would like to build kind of here in the center of the village. And I think that would be very good to start with. Right here, there's a huge bit of room. And I don't know if we can build over the patch of the berries. If not, we're going to probably have to move it a little bit further up here. But that's okay. All right, let's look at the tavern. I also want to do the sewing, so I'm not sure if I do... Should I do the sewing first or the tavern? I think I want to do the tavern first so we can possibly automate cooking some food. Oh, we actually can build it right over the berries. That is awesome. Okay, so in this case then, the tavern is kind of the epicenter, so we want to possibly have it right here as well. There we go. Let's put it right here. Excellent. So tavern, blacksmith, and then we're gonna have a huge fire here. I think we can actually unlock at some point a stone campfire. I don't know how big it is, but I really wish they would add like a bonfire as well. And then maybe we can put some archery targets here, and it looks like more lively. You know, it would be nice if you could build like chairs and tables or something to put here in the center of the town. That would be really sweet. Or build like custom stone plates that you can build around to flatten the ground and make like a nice little patio kind of area. I think that would all be really awesome. I really hope they add more building variety like that. All right, let's finish this before we go to bed. Excellent. So the tavern is now completed. Now let's have a quick look through it. We're going to check it out in the morning again just to see it in the broad light. But we have a cauldron. Oh, okay, so we can actually craft here as well, and we have a cauldron, so we don't actually need to light it. So I'm holding down E and you don't need to, which is great. So now here we can make all the meals as well, but we now can assign workers to it to do it for us. Excellent. And look at this. I really wish we could build like something like that outside. That is awesome. I'm really loving this. I wonder if people will go there and eat or something if we put a worker on it. So how does the worker for it actually work now? The worker assignment. So if we go to the tavern, and we can have one worker in the tavern, let's assign a worker, and let's use Willy Bet. End of story. So it's the crafting attribute. Okay, yeah, we definitely need somebody with good crafting, like for the blacksmithing and for the cooking. So let's, yeah, sure, let's take him. and assign him to be the innkeeper. Excellent. But now we can say, okay, what do we want you to cook? And we have 2 recipes for pottage. We have the cabbage and salted meat, and we have the cabbage. Now, I don't know if cabbage and salted meat, I don't think it gives us anything better because it's still pottage. I manually will craft them to see if there's any differences in sales price, but pottage is very, very good. So we could say, let's put 100% in. Now, the way I see this is twofold the power. Basically, if I put 90% power here and say 10% power cruel, it means I will cook more pottage than cruel. However, if I put in 100% pottage, I think what might happen is, say, for example, we do 5 pottage an hour. If we put it down to 50, it will be 2.5 power, something like that. So we can actually slow it down to make sure it don't make too much pottage. Yeah, but we'll see. We have it available to us. We have a worker assigned, and that should be literally all that should be crafted. All right, it's autumn, a fresh autumn morning. This is Harold, I think. Yeah, Harold, you should be going to lumberjacking. Yeah, and oh, look at that. They're not talking to each other. That's good. I think Harold and Nidomira had a fight. So let's quick save and let's see if we can get some affection up. All right, affection 61, mood 61. I want to tell you something, beautiful lady. Okay, chance 0 of getting married. I admire your honesty. You're not afraid to tell others how it is. You know, on my way here, I saw a patch of beautiful flowers and instantly thought of you. Let's do that. Oh, plus 10. Yeah, look at that. We're rocking and rolling. Okay, what else do we have? How have you been lately? I admire your honesty. See, I don't know. I tried the other ones, and I think how have you been lately is basically 0. She doesn't really care too much about it. But I could say I admire her honesty, seeing that we have already affection. Let's see. Let's try this out. We can reload if it doesn't work out. It's plus 2, which is better than nothing. Okay, and that's it. That's the conversation for today. So that's actually not bad. We could have probably gotten 2 10s, but I think this is good. And there we go. Our beetroot is ready. So we can collect all that. I don't think I will be farming for any more beetroot. I think literally just cabbage. Because food, there's no nutrition in the game right now. So you can eat basically just berries all day if you want, every day if you have that many. But what I found is actually eating raw cabbage on the fly is just much handier for me. They give you 7 food, so I have maximum I eat is 10, and that's it. So let's get our Sai and actually check out making the wheat. So if we get our Sai now, there we go. And put that on 3. There we go. All right, so the way this works, you just chop it. I don't know if it's ready, actually. I think it is. Yeah, you just chop wherever you stand, and it does a big circle. So it's not really like the others where you click on the exact square. You kind of just stand wherever you need to stand, and it chops it down. So, and then once it's all chopped down, you use your sense, and you can see actually where it all is, because it's very hard to see, so you just use your sense. Which is actually getting harder to see with the fields, because it keeps saying unplowed. There you go. So now we just, again, sense, pick it up. All right, there we go. It's all gone. And how much did we get? We got 61 wheat. All right, and look at that. We got 35 beetroot seed, and we got some beetroots as well. Very good. I like it. So our fields are clean again. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do just alternate between, or do it at the same time if we have to, cabbage and wheat. And that's really all we need, I think. Because we can use wheat grain for animal feed, and we use wheat grain as well for flour. Yeah, so I don't think we ever need to use any other type of wheat. So right now, let's see, 1 wheat grain will make, 1 straw and 1 wheat grain. That is interesting. Oh, okay, so we have to make wheat grain of that. So we don't actually get wheat grain from picking it up. That is interesting now. Oh, that is wheat grain. That actually uses seeds. That is interesting. Yeah, okay. And for flour, we use wheat, though, not wheat grain. Let me see. Flour. Oh, no, it's all grain as well. So we turn it all into grain. So what's the point, then, of wheat itself? Crops used for crafting straw and wheat grain? And that's it. So, okay. So we just use it all up. Fair enough. There's no need to keep wheat. All right, I played around with it a little bit, and just to see actually how much profit we could make from things. But we got exactly 61 straw and 61 wheat grain. So it basically turns exactly everything into even pieces, which is a great way of making straw, because straw you get only from pounding away on the reeds, which is a pain in the balls. So that is a really good way of getting straw. Now, animal feed crafting for use, absolutely, that makes sense. But crafting for profit doesn't seem to make sense, because wheat grain and straw sells for about 1 gold each. That's 5 gold. Wheat grain, 10 of them sell for about 2 gold each, which is 20 gold. So wheat grain is marked here as 10 each, but you know, once you go to the village, it's probably just 2. Even if it's 3 gold, it's even worse, because then you make even more profit on the raw resources. So buying animal feed costs 50, so it's worth about 50, but you would sell it for probably 15 or 14 or something. We know the pottage sells for 14, even though it sells for 40, so it would probably sell for maximum 20, which still is less than the raw resources. So if you want to if you want to craft for money, it's not worth it. Just sell the raw resources. And flour sells for 10, so approximately for 2 or 3. So yeah, it's not worth it for profit. So definitely good for baking or whatever, but if you want to make for profit, just sell the wheat directly. End of story. Okay, so this is interesting. My tavern actually says that there's no resources. So I wonder, it probably has to be in the food storage. So let's take about 10 meat and then take about 10 cabbage. Okay. Oh, we already have meat in here. And, oh, the salt gets delivered into here as well. That is interesting. Okay, we're going to take the salt with us. Yeah, so let's put all the cabbage in. Let's put all the meat in here. So, but this only can hold 50 kilos. So right now, will this enable our tavern dude to make pottage? Let me see. Management and tavern. Working. 0.3 pottage an hour. That's actually okay. All right, I took all the pottage out of this, and now we should have 0. Oh, we still have 63. How does it get 63? Is it because of all of this? Let me just take it all out. Now we have 0. So if I put 1 pottage in there, how long is that going to last? 30. Okay, so it is actually exactly the value that it's showing here. So the nutrition value is what you get from it, which means every 4 hours, for the sake of argument, because 0.3 obviously it has to go in the 4th hour, we have 30 nutrition every 4 hours. But by then, we used every 4 hours, we have used 4, 8, 16.4 nutritions. So we just make a little bit of a profit every time, which is actually really good. So we should let him work there permanently now. I think that's actually a very good ratio. So we just make a little bit more food than we're using. So now that we have our food kind of automated in a way that we don't have to worry about it anymore, at least we don't really have to worry about it. Every time we need a little bit of food automated, I think we're just going to pop in some meat and some cabbage, and that's it. It's now autumn, so we can actually put wheat and rye in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get more manure, and we're going to plant as much wheat as possible. Because again, the wheat we can make straw out of and wheat grain, and then we can even use that to sell. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to town. I'm going to make some money. I'm going to take the iron we have, and I'm going to make some hammers and bring them into town. And we're going to see if we can buy some wheat, and also if we can make enough money to buy a second chicken. Oh, we have a new building unlocked. This is awesome. I just made 20 hammers. So now we nearly got 3,000 building points. That's awesome. Sowing 2. Where is sowing 2 coming from? Hen house. Our farming is going up. And that's the only reason why I want to actually also put as much wheat and cabbage and everything on the farm, so we get a lot of points. Look at that. Nice. We're now at sowing 2. So sowing 2, obviously, we can do a lot more things than with sowing 2. With sowing 1. I wonder, is this the same recipe? A woolen cap. So if I go to sowing 1, and I go to the coify wife, That's a linen coif. Okay, so I'm assuming that sewing 2, you can craft what's in sewing 1. Yeah, we're gonna check out the sewing building actually in the next episode. Again, I would like to leave the tavern because it is really awesome that the tavern actually has a way now to automate our food, but I would like to hire someone who is better at cooking and crafting so we can put them between automating our iron crafting and this. So we'll see. Anyway, we're getting there. We might have to build more houses, but what we might have to focus on first in the next episode potentially is earning Dynasty rep by doing quests, because our current quest, if we complete it, will up the limit to 20 buildings together, which means we can build 1 or 2 more houses as well. So while I'm recording this, of course, because it takes very long for me to record these episodes, as in like a couple of hours, like 3-4 hours, like, yeah, because I'm doing a lot of things and I'm recording them, doing a lot of things and so on. So there was more comments coming in that I didn't know of in the beginning of the episode. So sorry about, obviously, if you see the episodes, you kind of go, I just told you this in the comments. So someone said in the comments, each house is actually meant to be for a male and a female to be in, basically a maximum of 2 people in that sense, yeah? So, which means if we hire another person now, I wonder if we even can. All right, so Mimir, I need manure, my friend. So why don't you buy all the pottage and why don't you buy as many hammers as you can? So now I'm going to buy a lot of manure from you. How much can I buy? 123, that's definitely too much. So let's buy about 50. There you go. And then sell the rest of that. So 50 manure. And we're going to sell 2 more hammers to somebody else. And how much money do we have now? 1,224. That is awesome. Okay, what do we have here? Oh, a level 5 crafter. Ooh, okay. So let's see if we can talk to her. So I want to tell you something, beautiful lady. No, we're not going to charm your socks off just yet. But I'm creating a settlement. Let's see if we can hire her. I would love to join, but I need a house first. So there you go. 2 people per house. Now, somebody said you're meant to give each house to a man and a woman. And yeah, that makes absolutely sense. That's no problem. But I don't think they convey that information really well at all in the management screen. So she's going to be still there tomorrow. So we're going to go. I'm going to have to build a new house, but I'm not going to do that in this episode. So I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna plant everything I plant on my farm during the night or in the next morning. But I think for today we're done. We basically made ourselves self-sufficient with food right now. All we have to do is every now and then, you know, get the cabbage into the food storage. As soon as we can make the next level food storage, we will replace this one because the 50 kilos food storage is ridiculous. Seeing that you have to use the food storage, you don't have a choice. You have to use the food storage, yeah? So by being forced to use the food storage, they really should up the amount of food you can store in it. I think they should up it to at least 100 because I think all the other buildings by default, like Woodshed 1, they have 100 kilos and they don't even use it. They actually use the main storage. So if we have to use the food storage, I think they should definitely up the weight a little bit. But yeah, we'll see how they balance it going forward. Anyway, I'm going to leave this episode here. Let me know again in the comments everything you're interested in, any tips, any tricks. If I don't read them straight away, it's because I usually record episodes back to back as much as I can. So sometimes halfway through an episode, another video goes live and I only see the comments then. So you know, just a bit of patience, but keep repeating, keep putting things into the comments so I see them, and I always appreciate that. Thank you so much. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it here. As I said, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, remember to kick that like button in the balls, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. And if you're new to the channel and you like what you see, hit that subscribe button, and see you guys next time. Until then, as always, viel Spaß and happy gaming.